Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at the PowerA Switch controller. We'll take a look at this, and the first thing I have to say is that this is a really nice looking controller. I think it looks a lot better than the Switch Pro controller, which doesn't really have much of a look to it at all. But I really like, you got the Pixel fire monitor there, as well as the Piranha plant. It's got kind of a pipe going here, which is really cool to see. D-pad is done in this kind of silver color, which is really nice looking, gives it a nice reflective sheen to it. It's got this gray color in the back, so kind of two tones here. You got dark gray too for some of the buttons, which I also think looks really nice. One of the things you'll see here is the stickers have kind of worn off as I've been using this, so that doesn't really last too well, but so if that annoys you from an aesthetics perspective, and maybe you won't like this controller too much, but at least for me, that's what I had to do. This controller uses batteries in it, so you got the two AA batteries, so that's how you power this. That's a little bit of a pain, because you gotta keep buying new batteries for it. But it is nice, at least for me, because you can, I like that you can, don't have to wait for it to recharge, you just put in new batteries. But it definitely is a cost spin, because batteries do add up. But next we'll talk about feel of this controller. And it's a very nice grip to it. I really like how it's gripped. It has the back buttons on the back, and when you put your hands on this, your fingers just rest right there where you press those buttons, and that works really well. I'm glad that it just feels very nice when you do that. You probably won't accidentally hit those buttons. You gotta apply some extra force to hit those buttons, but really cool that those are in there, and then they're very fun to use and very helpful for games as well. The shoulder buttons here feel good. Kind of the whole fin of this controller, fins do feel kind of clicky. So you can hear there's definitely a noise to that when you click the buttons, and it is a little bit noisy. Definitely one of the things you can complain about with this controller. So definitely very clicky with the joysticks as well. They feel really nice. They have a nice range to them. Decent amount of travel too. I like that. Plus, minus, and then home, capture, all that's fine. So this with the D-pad here feels fine. I accidentally connected this to a Switch, but it does work pretty well. So for the buttons here to map the different fins to them, I believe you hold down this middle button for a few seconds, and then just you'll see the light start blinking. Then you just touch whatever button you want to do, and then you just click what you want to map it to there in the back. So nice that you can do that. I can't remap buttons, digitally like you could on a normal Switch controller. Just somehow it recognizes it and doesn't allow you to do that. So a little bit too bad there, but you do have a little bit of customization with those back buttons. So one thing that a big thing with this controller is mine actually has started to drift after using this, for maybe 6 months at most. Hasn't been that long, but it is starting to drift on me, and it's gone to the point where some games are straight up unplayable with this controller, with those joysticks. It just drifts so much that it's just not playable. It is something that I haven't heard other people have had that issue, so maybe it's just an issue with my controller. But because of that issue I've had, I just can't really recommend this. I really like the controller for every other reason. Buttons are a little bit clicky, but that doesn't really bother me too much. It looks really great and all that, but because of that drift is just such a pain. It's just is really an issue for me. I can't really recommend it. If you're willing to, have the risk of that may be an issue later down the line, I'd say go for it, because this is significantly cheaper than the Switch Pro controller. I believe this is $50, and the official Switch is $80. So pretty big price difference. I actually got this for $20 because it was on sale that cheap. So you can definitely get these for a pretty good deal, and it has some really nice designs. But they just it's just the drift is just such an issue that I really can't recommend it because of that. Besides that, everything else is really nice with the controller. It's just too bad that it had that drift happen for me. I just can't recommend it because of that, unfortunately. But you can let me know if you've had similar issues in the comments. But I think this is a really nice controller. Other than that, I just can't really recommend it because of that. That's going to do it for this video. And if you liked today's video, be sure to check out some of the other ones here on JR Toy Reviews. See you soon.